Gothmog doesn't get the point of abducting the elves. We should be destroying them. Bingo, Alex says. What do you think, Marie?
Yeah, I think that Gothmog wanting to kill everything sounds very much in character, and not getting the purpose of the super secret necromantic orc project.
You can't mess up your own thing.
We also want the viewers to not know what that is yet, so having Sauron have a secret project he's working on kind of introduces mystery to this whole thing. Like, what is Sauron doing with the elves?
Yeah.
We don't know yet, and we're not supposed to know yet.
I mean, would it be too much to give Sauron a line about, like, why destroy what you can cultivate? Why would I just kill them if I can...
Right.
Why destroy when you can cultivate? I like that. Because even in Mordor, he has his, like, farmland off somewhere.
He does, down by the Sea of Nirn.
Yeah. So, okay. So, second scene... I mean, that could easily just be it. That's like it doesn't have to be very long. That moment, that scene. So we can come back to if we come back to them with Thorin Wethel. There we go. What happens then? Like she reports, Myron's back in his chair. Because of course he is.
As you do.
What if she's not entirely comfortable with this yet?
What is her discomfort?
Hear me out here. Because
I don't
we're
have
not... Cool, because we're still...
I don't feel like I have a good idea of like, what Wethel's all about, like whose team she's on, what she's doing.
Well, I feel like she's, at least until the end of the First Age, she's like Sauron's person, right? She's like one of his adherents.
She's labeled a messenger.
Yeah, she is a messenger, yes.
So she's a messenger between Morgoth and Sauron during the First Age.
Right.
When Sauron's in his outpost, she goes back and forth between Angband and Sauron's outpost at Tol Sirion.
Right. So what I'm suggesting here, and Alex is kind of, I think we're kind of getting close to the same point here. She says that she reports discord and she wants in on the project. She wants to have knowledge over Gothmog. I feel like this is an opportunity for us to show Myron's justification in his head. Like, why...
What he tells her shows what he's thinking.
Right. So, this is the opportunity for the line of why destroy when you can cultivate. She goes to Myron with this information, not Gothmog, and he can explain to her that Gothmog just wants to see the world burn. Literally. And that's not what we signed up for. That's not what Morgoth is all about. Yet. You know, and so, you know, when she asks him she asks him what is this all about? And that's when he delivers the line, why destroy when you can cultivate? And we hear elvish screams in the background.
Yeah, that all works for me.
Okay.
That's scary, yeah.
It's terrifying. Okay, so we get ominous, scary scene from bad guys. Discord in the enemy's ranks like the Quendi Discord, yeah. We go into our denouement of the elves packing up and leaving Cuivennen.
Wait. Did the elves decide who's doing what? Like, how did we end the debate?
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking is that we show all the points in the debate,
Mm-hmm.
and in the end we show the people who are leaving, and we show the people who are staying.
So we don't actually show like an end to the debate.
Right.
Okay, and that's to show that there's continual discord.
Right. It's not a decided issue.
Okay. I think that's going to be disappointing to the viewers on one level if we've spent an entire episode working on answering this question and then we don't see the moment where people make the decisions.
And I think Alex agrees with you. He's saying, so what's our climax? Where's our catharsis coming from?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we skipped an important step there. But by cutting away to the bad guys, maybe that works somehow? Like we can cut...
It does tantalize a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, I definitely don't want to have like bared structure in the ending. So, what if we go back, not necessarily to the debate, but what if we give Finway like a Samwise Gamgee of the Shire speech, where he convinces somebody.
Okay,
or somebody convinces somebody.
Our central character for this episode is sort of kind of supposed to be Muriel.
Muriel, yeah.
So should she be doing that?
Maybe her final confrontation with her family.
And
maybe,
with Norway.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to make a last-ditch effort to get her to abandon her husband.
Right. And Morway is the leader of the Noldor Avari, and he was using her arguments, so she might feel that it's her duty to step forward and counter that.
Right. And maybe she convinces some of their number to go with her, or maybe even the person who was questioning her decision before.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Who's now going to go watch her die?
Well, you know.
She'll get better.
No, she won't. She actually promised not to come back ever. However,
doesn't she leave the Halls of Mendos when Finway goes in?
No, but she could. At that point, she could.
But she just didn't.
No. She promised to never be re-embodied and to never leave the Halls of Mandos. Once Finway's dead, if he stays dead, then she could come back. So she and Indus could hang out together and leave Finway and Mandos. Technically, that would fulfill everybody's obligations. But, no, that's not what happens.
So she never wants to be near Finway ever again? Is that the...
She never wants to be re-embodied, so she thinks when she dies. She dies of kind of like exhaustion.
Yeah.
Severe postpartum depression, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
So at the time, she thinks she's never going to want to return to that life.
Okay.
Given some time, she may come to regret that decision.
Well, she winds up serving Vyre. Does she do so as a disembodied spirit?
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough.
A disembodied spirit who is still really good at weaving.
Okay. Cool. So we get our climax through that conversation.
Okay.
Okay. We gotta do frame.
Then everyone packs.
All right. I feel that this can actually be really simple.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Tell us.
I'm gonna.
I'm all ears.
We continue with the controversial holiday celebration.
Oh, right, that.
From last episode. Yeah. Okay, all right. If we're doing frame, I'm going. Alex says it's also 4 a.m. I hear you. All right, we'll see you next time, Alex. Maybe we'll see. But thanks for coming in. Thanks for keeping this organized. All right, so if we go back, if we start up with that again, we get our And what if, so that if they decide to have the twins announce the departure of Nerwin, the twins show up to join in with this. They show up because of this, for this reason.
Oh, for the celebration.
Right, right. And now there has to be further discussion about the difference between the Avari and Calaquendi point of view on this celebration of the trees.
I think it was a celebration of the stars.
Well, that's what we talked about, but I think your idea had been to do a celebration of the trees, which works just as well. As a matter of fact, it might even work better.
Well, except that a celebration of the stars can take place with the Avari celebrating stars and just not mentioning Varda. A celebration
and the Calaquendi are celebrating Varda herself.
Right, right. Okay. Whereas a celebration of the trees is literally something that only the Calaquendi care about.
Gotcha. Okay. Good.
So
all right.
I think if we were going to go with the way you structured episode 2, it needs to be a celebration of stars.
Okay. Fantastic. So they have to. I don't want to go retread the same material.
Right. So we should have them break out into song.
Wait, you're telling another big musical number? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah. It's elves. It's elves and stars. They're singing about stars or something.
Of course, there's a big musical number.
Yeah.
What if it's the same song, but like there's disagreement on how the song goes? Because the Avari are singing.
That song?
I don't know what song. I don't know what that was.
It's the elves in the Shire who are leaving.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Except it's playing on Tin with me, so it's not actually.
So like, what if the words that are the twins know are not the words that they're singing?
So, like, has anyone here?
I don't know.
Prayer together.
What was that?
It gets to, have you ever been in a group of people trying to say the Lord's Prayer together when there's a bunch of people, and you get to this part where it's like, forgive us our debts, or forgive us trespasses, and everybody, it's awkward. And then they keep going. I'm imagining something vaguely like that, but that's probably not accurate.
That's kind of along the lines of what I'm thinking. You know, like there could be. Well, what I'm thinking is that like there's a line in the song where they sing about Elbereth Gilthaniel, and the Avari sing about how many different colors of stars there are, or something.
How many different colors of stars there are. That sounds like a great title, too. Why aren't you in the music department more? I mean, come on. Wasted talent here.
Anyway.
But yeah, the Elbereth Gilthaniel is obviously all about Varda.
Yes.
Yes.
So to change the words to make it not about Varda and just about the stars would be a significant change.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what kind of drives this discussion.
Yep. Okay, no. I don't mind that idea, except that the discussion of whether or not to go to Valinor reduced to whether or not we should sing our songs to Varda or about just stars in general. You see how that's kind of a much...
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Okay. So how do we? I mean,
like this can be an intro, but you need to have a much bigger
Yeah,
follow.
no. I get that. I understand what you're saying. Okay. So I think the direction the hosts were going as far as the whatchamacallit, as far as the twins go, is that there's no question in their minds that they're eventually going to go to Valinor. They're just not going to go right now. Kind of like the country song, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody want to go now.
I'm not familiar with that particular one, but it sounds fun.
It is fun. It's a fun song.
Okay.
Almost up there with get to heaven half an hour before the devil knows you're dead.
This one's a lot newer than that one.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, okay. So what if? So this little mix-up sparks a conversation where Arwen asks them about how they feel about it. Maybe they've never talked about it, and she asks them how they feel about the whole go to Valinor, don't go to Valinor thing, and they're like, well, we're going to go. There's nothing wrong with going. But there's a lot of fun stuff to do here, so, I mean, we don't want to miss out on that.
So many orcs to kill. So many orcs to kill. I mean...
So many orcs to kill.
So little time.
Well, that's the thing. The killing thing is a duty issue of they have to stay because there's work to do here. Right. And I think Arwen would respond better to that than, well, it's fun here. Let's just hang out here for a bit longer before we go.
I like that. Yeah.
And, I mean, twins don't always think exactly like I am told. I have no scientific evidence of this, but I'm told that they think differently sometimes, so maybe one can be like, yeah, we'll go eventually. I just, have stuff to do. And the other's like, we have a responsibility.
Mm. Yes, there's a serious twin and the not-so-serious twin, sure.
Yeah, and they might be coming from the same place, in their brains, but one of them just expresses it a little bit more...
More seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where do we break that up? Because we have to break that up. Well, who's our narrator, even though we're not really narrating this time, but who's our narrator for this episode?
Well, first off, we're sure we have the twins in this episode.
I don't have. Well, it gives us an opportunity. Well, I feel like we kind of should connect back to the frame of last season sooner rather than later.
At some point, the twins are showing up. I just wasn't sure if it was.
Yeah. Well,
I don't recall what the host said about that for this episode.
Well, they were really up in the air about it.
That's why I can't recall what they decided.
Yeah. Trish was kind of against it. Professor Olsen's point was he would rather see that connection made earlier rather than later, because right now we still don't know that there's if you don't know what's happening, you still don't know there's any connection to the frame from last season.
Right. True.
Okay.
I mean, I'm fine with the twins. I like them as characters, so they can stick around for a couple episodes for all I care. But I wasn't sure if we were supposed to be bringing them in.
Okay. We can always change it later.
Okay.
All right. So, who do you see as our narrator here? Is it Celeborn, Galadriel, or a combination of both, maybe? Or just the three siblings talking about it?
I'd like to leave it to be the siblings.
Okay.
Celeborn is in this main story. Like, we gave him the role of being Elway's messenger boy to go fetch Finwë from his honeymoon.
Worst job ever.
Pretty much. So given that...
No wonder Celeborn takes so long to go to Valinor. He doesn't want to wind up meeting these people again.
Yeah.
It'd be awkward. Conversations.
At least it's dark.
Tag
At least it's
elfish
dark.
problems.
So. Okay, so all right. If we just leave it the three of them, where do we break it up? Do we break it up before the twins reveal their point of view on the matter, or after?
The beginning.
Or do we do a bookend thing with the frame this episode? We didn't last time.
I mean, we can. So if we bookend it, the beginning would be introduce the twins and figure out who they are and, you know, their relationship to Arwen and everything. And then at the end, get into the actual discussion of what means what.
Yeah. Okay. So they start talking about it, and what's her name? Arwen is like bringing up all the philosophical implications of it and all that. We go through the main story. When we come back in, they finally reveal, well, I mean, we're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it like maybe she says something to me. I mean, if it's so great, why are you guys still here?
Mm.
You know, and they, well, we're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, do you think that maybe the more serious twin, what he says about having a responsibility, having stuff to get done first, resonates at all with her?
Yeah.
It makes her feel that responsibility more, or maybe.
Well, it kind of opens up the idea that I can take care of Middle Earth for a while and then go.
Yeah. Or even just like wakes up that part of her that's probably already it's here at this very moment. And the question of go later or not at all
Yeah.
is, you know, relevant, but right now she's got stuff to do.
Yeah.
I'm talking out of my brain. I don't know.
I like that, actually. Okay. So we end that there? Do we need more? I feel like this is the first time I feel very confident with the amount of content that we have. I'm going to be even more confident next time. Oh, it's a fantastic feeling.
You're like, oh yeah, just bathe in that feeling. Because it might not happen a whole lot, so just enjoy it while it's here.
I know I know we'll have we actually may have too much stuff next time.
Yeah, next time it's going to be an issue of getting everything in, but
yeah.
The next time I have no recollection of what the episode structure is for the rest of the season, though, so we'll see how that goes.
Will also be like what's happening in this episode, because there's a lot of it is just one thing is mentioned. Like the episode where Morgoth has his trial. Obviously, other things have to happen in that episode, but we haven't talked about what.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Well, this has been... I mean, is there anything else that anybody wants to address before I close this out? Okay. Fantastic. This has been the SilmFilm Script Discussion Season 2, Episode 3! It's been a long night, but it's been great. I think we've done a lot of good work, and definitely like and share the videos. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Have a great night. I'm going to see what happens if I push the red button.